Hi, I'm Sean Gorse, and we're bringing you a series on recruiting results, growing your brokerage through sustainable recruiting. I'm so excited to bring you this series. Just so you know a little bit about myself, I've personally recruited over 300 agents. I grew the number 31 team in the world across all brokerages, according to Real Trends. Our last fiscal year, we did 464 units for almost $5 million in GCI for $171 million in volume. I've coached and consulted with hundreds of broker owners over the past decade, and I am co-founder of AttractSend. It's a software for real estate brokers struggling to manage their recruiting and retention. One important aspect of recruiting is what we call sprint and marathon. Simply put, have I talked to an agent, this agent that I'm looking to attract or recruit or bring over to my brokerage, at least 13 times? That's the marathon part of it. We all appreciate and enjoy the sprint, the agent right in front of us who calls us up and says they're looking at coming over, or they'd like to switch their license, or they'd like to have a coffee and a conversation. Now, the second part of both the sprint and the marathon is quickly building and maintaining rapport and trust. This sounds simple, and yet to get into rapport and trust with someone is not always easy. And unfortunately, sometimes us as brokers, broker owners, broker recruiters, we can be guilty of not always maintaining that rapport and trust once we do build some rapport and trust, whether it's through a transaction that we're doing with them, we meet them at an event, a training, a realtor board event, anything like that. How do you consistently maintain that rapport and trust? And then finally, the third one, when the time is right, do not be bashful. I also see a lot of brokers, broker owners make this mistake, which is when the time is right, while the iron is hot, they're sometimes a little too bashful. They might be, not wanting to look desperate or not wanting to scare off the recruit. But that is the time to really sprint and to not be bashful. Have I talked to this agent 13 times? In sales, the average number of times it takes to close a sale, on average, according to research, is 8. Okay? Now, in this case, we are talking about an agent's business and their career decision, probably more important to them than a regular purchase, even like purchasing a car. Maybe for some people, even more important than purchasing a house is what brokerage are they aligned with? What kind of training are they going to get? What kind of tools are they going to get? Technology, what kind of inspiration, mentorship, all best practices. Who are they going to be hanging around with? Is the broker going to have their back? All that kind of stuff makes this much more important to the average agent than some other major decisions in their life. So that's where we have often found 13 or more times is what it's going to take. What about to quickly build and maintain rapport and trust? We call it the KLT, right? Know, like, and trust. People like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. Know and like are one thing. Trust is one of the more important things, especially for those you don't know, not in your close circle of agent friends. And since we don't know when that agent will be ready to make a move, our objective is to simply be top of mind, to have enough know, like, and trust that we are top of mind. We are the next broker that they would call. Finally, when the time is right, don't be bashful. Like a doctor, confidence creates trust and rapport. The window of opportunity when an agent does decide to make a change is often small. It's a small window of time or opportunity to speak with them and help them see how your brokerage may be in alignment with their goals. Things, in life, they happen slowly and then suddenly. Definitely with recruiting brokers, with recruiting agents, this is definitely the case. That you want to, when the time is right, don't be bashful, be confident, step into that with confidence. So I trust this was helpful. We're going to be having, if you'd like to learn more about what the top recruiters, the top brokers, the top broker owners are doing in this market to gain market share, to add revenue, to grow their agent count, I'd like to invite you to register for our upcoming webinar. The registration link is somewhere in the comments or underneath this video. And we're going to do an entire deep dive into, in this market today, what are the top recruiters and brokers doing to really grow their business and succeed into the years to come. I invite you to come on that. I think it'll be useful, and watch out for the next video in our series. Thanks.